Okay, so we're going to make a simple bow for if you have going to have a wedding or any like a shower, wedding shower, or any theme as far as beach, around the lake, water theme. This is a real simple bow to make, and it's only going to take a few minutes. And we're going to use tulle and seashells, okay? In another video, we'll add rope. So here we have tulle, which is very inexpensive. This is real simple for beginners. We're going to use, this is like a cream colored tulle. And so you can see this is white, okay? So you can use either color, but because this, you want to use it for outdoors, we're going to stick with a more of a earthy, rustic tone, okay? So this is real simple. And if you like to create, if you can comment and let me know what you like to create. So this is simple for beginners. And this table I have here, if you see like paint on it, I've had this table for years. I am a true arts and crafts person. My dad made this for me a few years ago, and I've been using this table for years. And I say, well, maybe I can scrub it, scrub it down and make it, all white and repaint it. But no, I'm a true crafter. This is my table. This is what works for me. I mean, there's a lot of true crafters. I'm just saying, I just like to leave my table just, just as it is with all the paint and all the dents in it. So, there's some crafters who are like, hey, they have everything so like nice and neat, and I was like, wow, that is so nice. So you just have to go with your flow. So we're going to take tulle, and tulle is very economical. This is for beginners. If you have an event you're going to have, like I say, where it's a nautical theme for the beach or around the water or just outdoors, or it can be indoors, you're going to take the tulle to the tip of your finger, middle finger, to the palm of your hand. Okay, we're going to make a bow. It's going to fold it around, and I know it's like look crinkle and it's like out together, but we'll work it out. You're going to hear same length, okay, to the tip of your finger, to the base of your hand, palm of your hand, and you're just going to fold it to the middle, and each side is going to be pretty much equal. If it looks like, oh my gosh, it's flopping, it's okay. Tulle is easy to work with, very easy. Once we put it all together, we can slide it and make those loops even. So you take another loop, and you're just going to line it up with your other loops here. Okay, and gonna fold, meet at the middle, stretch it out, fold, meet at the middle. And some people like the very uniform look. Once you fluff it out, I'll show you what I'm talking about. Uniform look. Some people don't. It's what you like. So for the tails, usually the tails are about 2 to 3 times longer than the length of your bow. So you stretch it out. You're going to stretch out a long piece, loop it around in the middle, okay, and you can determine how long you want the tails of your bow. All right, so I'm going to make it a little shorter because we're going to have these, and we can cut the tails a little later. We're going to have these on jars. So we got pipe cleaner, and I had the white pipe cleaner or this kind of cream beige color pipe cleaner, but I think we're going to use the beige. And your choice. I'm going to just twist it one time, okay, for now. Going to grab our scissors. See the loop? We have that loop, that's our tails. And if you want 3 tails, you can, this piece that's hanging, you can cut this piece the same length as for your tail, so you have 3 tails. So we'll have 3 tails for our bow. Okay. Put the extra to the side. I don't throw them away, the extras, because I use them again for something else. Okay, so oh yeah, so we're gonna cut. Okay, so this is our bow. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to have a piece of rope. Okay. And take the piece of rope, same, and I'm going to make it just a tad shorter than the tulle. Okay, just a tad shorter. If you want it the same length, that's fine. Okay, loop, measure about the same here. You can see that. And so I have been creating, designing for years, since I was a little girl. I have decorated for special events, for weddings. I'm a floor designer for some companies, major companies. But this is a very basic. So what we did 4 loops, 2 on each side. All right. We're going to cut the rope. And so this is a little bit. And I notice that my scissors are a little dull because at times when I am making a floor design, I do something I shouldn't do. I use my scissors to cut, you know, if I don't have to cut the piece, the wires on the floor pieces, which I shouldn't do if I don't have my cutters with me. So here's the bow. Y'all can see this okay. So we're going to take this bow, going to connect it to your tulle. All right. So you're going to, I could have taken a piece of tulle, not a piece of tulle, a piece of pipe cleaner and tied around this while I took this loose. And you can do that. If you're more comfortable with doing that, you can do that too. But since I've been doing this for a while, I just decided to go ahead and hold it with my other hand. Okay. I'm going to place this bow, the rope, right here in the middle. And we're going to twist about 3 times. Okay. And so it doesn't look too, I know in the middle it's like, oh, that doesn't look too good. It's all bumbled and jumbled. But that's going to be covered with a seashell. All right. Trust me, this will come together. So, you know, you can pretty much get seashells like a lot of the stores. I've even seen seashells at the dollar store. But we're going to glue this seashell in the middle. Okay. Have my glue gun. And if you're really into crafting and you want to make it as a career, which I have done, invest in a good glue gun. But until then, you know, if you want to start where you can. Okay, as far as a glue gun, you can get one that's a low heat, but I use high heat because of so many designs that I make. You're going to take this. Gotta be careful with the glue guns, the heat, the hot glue. You're going to glue it right here in the middle. You're going to press. I'm just going to hold it for a moment. And while I'm holding it for a moment, let's see. As I was talking about the tulle, you know, I have seen tulle in the Dollar Tree, dollar stores as well. And if you just want like simple projects, something you want to decorate for the weekend, parties, you know, put all the money into it. There's just a lot of the stores now. And I think, yeah, Walmart as well has tulle. Okay, so, and of course, I don't have any, I'm not sponsored by any of those stores I mentioned. I'm just helping you out to let you know where I've seen those items. So it only takes a minute. We're going to hold that there. Okay. Now, it doesn't take long if you use, and I use high heat glue, hot glue. Okay, see how it's already holding. So we're going to fluff out our tool, and you can lay it down, and I'm going to pick it up again. I'm going to show you something. And Tulle is so simple to work with, very economical. If you're having an event you want to decorate for, but you just, your budget, you just don't have like just a lot that you want to put into spending on a lot of supplies. I mean, I suggest Tulle, but this is what we're talking about right now. Tulle, so that's what we're going to work with. Okay. Now I'm going to take another seashell, and I'm going to glue this seashell on top of this one. All right. And how many of you like the beach? I like the beach. Woo! Oh yes, I like the beach. I like seashells. I like collecting seashells. I love creating, and I like a lot of nature designs. Okay, so I'm going to press this here. I'm going to hold that down, and while we're waiting for this, so what we're going to do next, we're going to tie this around a mason jar. If you want to use a mason jar, you can make these larger, these bows larger, and you can tie them to chairs. You can tie them to a bouquet. You can tie them to, if there is something as far as a wedding that the flower girl may be carrying, you can tie them to a basket. You can make huge ones and tie them to bushes or trees. I mean, when it comes to creativity, no limits. No limits. Okay. Okay. So we're going to fluff this out some more. And I'm going to move it around some. And also, let's see what else. As far as the rope, you can also use twine. Twine is smaller, not as thick, easier to cut. Okay. So we're going to tie this around our jar. We're going to fluff it out some more. We're going to tie this around our jar with the pipe cleaner. All right. So I just have a mason jar. Just grab the mason jar. And because, as you see, this may be a little short, okay, to tie around the jar. So I'm going to grab another pipe cleaner and I had a pipe cleaner. Okay, so we're going to grab another pipe cleaner. I'm going to twist this pipe cleaner to the one that's on the bow, just for a connection. And wrap it around. Now, okay, so now we have enough to fit around our jar, our mason jar. And also, if you have an event coming up that you want to decorate for, You can also use, just think about just outside of it. Just for some people, everything has to match, but for some people, everything doesn't have to match. I mean, you can use recycled jars. You can do that as well. You don't have to, but it's up to you. I'm just throwing out some ideas. So we're going to tie this around with our connect with the pipe cleaner. Okay. And I usually bend this piece, if you haven't ordered pipe cleaner before, and do a little twirl there. Now let me straighten out the front part here so you can see. Now I'm fluffing out this tool, the bow, so we can move on to what we're going to do next. And it doesn't have to stick up as far. Your tool, you can flex the tool and fluff the tool however you want it to be. That's one of the things that people, I understand when I was working for a company as a floor designer, and I understand that, people, they would ask, well, what do you, think about the color? And if they really like the color, and I was like, well, what do you think? Because if it's a color that you like, if there's a color scheme that you want, then go with it. It doesn't have to be what someone else wants. It's your event, your design, your program, your home. And I try to encourage people to go, what do you see on the inside? What do you really like? Because that's where that uniqueness comes in. Okay. So here we have, this is just a simple arrangement for the bow. Now what we're going to do next, optional, creativity. You can just go on. I'm going to get some water. Excuse me. Got water to pour into our jar. Now, I think it's easier to, of course, place this on your jars before you pour the water in. Well, it is this for me. You pour the water in. And because I do not have the blue dye with me right here, I'm going to use this. This will work. Creativity. And I just think this is good for like around the water. If you have an event that is right at the water, you can put some blue dye in. Use any color that you want. Any color you want. Okay? Any color. Just let your creativity flow. If it is a springtime, summertime, use those colors. And this here, I didn't have the blue dye up here. I don't have the dye right here at the table. You know what? I just have some paint right here. But anyway, and that's what I use. So I'm just going to show you. I think that's pretty. You can even go a step further. You can, since I'm using paint, you can take paint if you want to match the color of your jar, and you can paint. You can paint the rope, just a tad of paint to match the color of your water. So this is the pretty color. I just think that's pretty for an outdoor. I mean, hey, even if it's a baby shower, I think that's really pretty. What do you think? So this is something real simple, very economical. You can make multiples of this design. Okay? Thank you so much for being here on A Creative Moment with Ross Craft Design, and I hope you join me again. Have a very creative day. All right. See you soon.